Scientists say that viruses are not alive. Well, for something that's technically not alive, it sure does behave like it is. Perhaps just as scientists will deem AI to be not alive all the way until they take all of the jobs. So let's leave the academic world behind, for their moronic obsessions has gotten us into this mess. Certainties of solutions adopted by the likes of the UK and US to achieve herd immunity, when common sense would have served our nations far better. That of isolating and quarantining all those even suspected of being infected, such as every flight entering the UK from the virus infested China during January and February. Instead, let's focus on what the coronavirus has achieved, which is lockdowns of whole nations, traditional industries in complete state of collapse, which regardless of size have seen production cease and sales evaporate. However, there are some corona winners out there, and those are the beneficiaries of the disruptive technologies is the tech sector. Amazon, Google, Facebook, Twitter, Apple and so on are prospering from the disruption of the real economy as the economic world temporarily splits into two, the real world and the cyber world. Disruption of the real world is a trend that has been in motion perhaps since the early 1970s, when the first microprocessors started to appear, where Moore's law warned or where this would ultimately lead to that of machine workers replacing human workers. Be those machine workers robots or machine learning algorithms that were already starting to replace the highest professions going into the corona catastrophe. This exponential trend of machine intelligence gradually replacing human intelligence is nothing new, for I've been writing and posting articles and videos on the subject for a good 5 years now, as my video from 2016 illustrates. The only solution I can see for us mere mortals to survive the coming quantum AI storm is to own the technologies, for which we have two strategies. Firstly, to own stocks in key AI megatrend drivers that have the greatest probability of achieving superiority in the quantum AI, which has been the focus of my AI megatrend investing series of analysis, towards which 1/3 across the board collapse in stock prices into mid-March was seen as perhaps a once in a decade opportunity to get on board this megatrend courtesy of the coronavirus disruption. Secondly, to immerse oneself in AI technologies so that one can actually understand and be able to program machine learning algorithms, i.e. neural networks, train them, which in today's age is infinitely easier to do given the major development platforms that have emerged over the past decade than when I first approached this subject a good 22 years ago. That and today's desktop computers are exponentially more powerful. 64 core 3990X. You couldn't imagine such a processor 10 years ago. Still, for most, it's a case of learning what machine learning is and what AI could become. For we mere mortals lack the critical component of quantum computing. So unless one hits lucky in one's application of machine learning, tinkering with AI on your desktop is not going to get you rich. So the primary focus should be on investing in the deep pocketed AI tech corps such as Google, IBM, Intel, Amazon, etc., who have hundreds of billions of dollars at their disposal to drive the exponential trend towards the explosion moment when quantum AI is born. So, the coronavirus has helped us in two respects. Firstly, accelerated the size and scope and certainty of the cyber megatrend, i.e. the shift online. And secondly, it resulted in panic that has driven down the stock prices of those corporations that are actually profiting from the corona collapse. Case in point being Amazon, that has typically jacked up prices by 10 to 20%, as are bricks and mortar supermarkets. The corona disruption should also act as a wake-up call to the 80% sat at home, having 80% of this salaries paid by the government, because you are deemed not to be key workers. For this is the future for most workers. And also remember to subscribe to this YouTube video for new videos in the AI Megatrend series.